my IDP linebacker video, part 2, where I'm going to talk about going into week 4, 2012, evaluation on linebackers for IDP defensive player leagues in fantasy. Daryl Washington, oh my god, I'm probably going to try and package a deal. I could probably do a deal with this guy who owns him. He ended up drafting him. He lives in the Arizona area, so he knows how much of a baller he is. Playing on the outside, I think he got 2 sacks against Michael Vick this weekend. He's currently ranked 6th in my scoring rankings. Yeah, 2 sacks against Philly last week. Then 13 total tackles against New England in the upset in Foxborough. Then 10 tackles and a sack week 1. He recently signed a 6-year contract to keep him there with the Cardinals until 2016. Remember, he came out of TCU. He was only like a 2-down player, third down player kind of rush in his first NFL season. He had 107 tackles last season. Daryl Washington. Try and package him if you want to get an upgrade, where maybe if you have someone like Sean Lee or Patrick Willis and some guy is Daryl Washington, do a deal where you get an upgrade, or do like 2 for 2, where you get an upgrade on wide receiver or running back. Also, a guy I really want to check out, Jerrell Freeman on the right here, who's been filling in. Remember, the Colts run the 3-4 now. Apparently, they got Dwight Freeney, who's been injured, and Robert Mathis has been freaking killing it. He lost his defensive lineman status, but he's still been producing enough to be a linebacker number 2 or 3 on teams. If you're in a league where it's got 3 linebackers for a setup, Robert Mathis has to be owned, even though they have a bye week coming up. So that might die down expectations or awareness of that player, so you could probably pick him up. Jerrell Freeman, who's caused turnovers, didn't get any turnovers last week, so he had a semi-pedestrian week, even though he's ranked 3rd overall in mine. Wow, he still had 9 tackles, so scratch that. But he had 5 tackles and a touchdown week 1. I'd say he's got to be balling out this year. Definitely worth a pickup. On my team, I have Ray Lewis and Navarro Bowman. Navarro Bowman, this guy is like, as everyone knows in IDP leagues, he's become basically a Patrick Willis clone, and has even outperformed him in the past year and a half or so. No, I'd say maybe half a season, and definitely this year. Willis has been questionable with a sore ankle, if I'm not mistaken. He had 18 tackles last week at Minnesota. Sick. And with Willis nursing his sore knee or sore ankle or whatnot, that's just more tackles for Bowman to eat up. Dqwell Jackson, this might be the shocker so far through the quarter season, even though we're only through 3 games. But look at his tackle totals: 3 tackles, 5 tackles, 6 tackles. He had a 3-sack game and a touchdown in opening week because Michael Vick has been a turnover machine so far. This one I missed out on and was definitely looking to draft, but no one drafted Ray Lewis or Bowman, so I had to take him, and I had Von Miller. But I should have ended up getting Dredd Greenway, who helped me win my league last year late in the season. He was almost just like a guy who was only getting 7-8 tackles for a while, and you're like, not worth the pickup. And then he started to become a real baller. Him and Aaron Henderson, and the Vikings defense might even be a total sleeper. They've been kind of putting up points. They have Detroit coming up, and Detroit has underperformed, even though I think that game's going to be a shootout. 2 sacks last week. Are you kidding me? Against the 49ers, and 13 tackles. Sean Lee, everyone knows to draft him. Here goes some sleepers, though. Actually, I'm going to get to the sleepers in the next video. These are some that are going to perform, that are performing this season. Steven Nichols I'm just doing this for historical purposes. I'm not telling you to pick these guys up because obviously they're pretty much owned. Everyone knows he's been a reliable linebacker to own. And Curtis Lofton, they let him go. They used to both ball in Atlanta. And Atlanta's defense might even be better. They have better chemistry. The freaking Arizona linebackers really have chemistry. Holy shit. Go back to them. Daryl, Washington. Too obsessed with him. I don't want this video to get too long. I got a minute left here. I'm just going to go to my... I pretty much talked about every linebacker that's 1 or 2. So I'm just going to go to underrated or ones that were unsung that might perform that are definitely on the waiver wire. I'm out. This was JBM2K5.